All right, joining me on the phone is BluesBeaten Redshaw, all the way from across seas in Yorkshire, England. How you doing there, Mr.?
I'm all good, thanks. How you doing, man?
Good, good. I just seen you came off of touring over in Switzerland. You want to tell us how that went?
Wasn't so much tour, not quite yet, but yeah, it went really well. I mean, every gig I finish with the my song "All My Life," which is played on my one-string diddly bow. And everybody is always amazed with the stuff that I do. And then when you finish the night with, you know, a box with one string on it, it just blows them away completely. And I always then finish with a huge blow like more. I ask me to be encore and everything. And I never quite know what to do. I always managed to finish the night with something else there. But it was just, I only did the one gig over there, but it went down really amazingly. And before a gig, you always worry about, I don't want to be just like some guy that's just going to sit in the corner and just be like some kind of background music in some place. But it's weird how just like the more and more people that come in, the more and more you just want to run across the room with your guitar playing like huge slide riffs and things, and it just brings you out in it. So it went down really, really well.
Yeah, I seen one of your latest videos on your YouTube. I can't pronounce the name of where you were playing. It was Montreux or something.
Montreux.
Yes, and you were there sitting. It was you were there, and you had at the beginning of I think it was All of My Life. You were the crowd was real thin, but then towards the end of the video, you see them packing in, and
yeah.
Whenever you're like, you know, it's one string, and them guys in the crowd, they're like one string, and I see them, you know, they're getting real close, and it's just they're amazed that you can do it.
Yeah, I remember that now. It was a real good night, that. So I think that was the last night of the Montreux Jazz Festival, and that was the last song we played, and it went down really, really well. Just a lot of people started dancing around in front of us, and it was great. Everybody just having a good time.
Yeah, it seems like it, and I like how in that video you just, you know, you're just jamming and you just sit back, cross your legs, and just keep right on going.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You always seem to do all the videos that I've seen of, you know, you playing live and stuff. It always seems like everybody really thoroughly enjoys it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of thing about just being one person. I think you can you have an ability to bring out the audience to be part of the band. So you're not just one person. When you are just one person, you're not really just one person, because all the audience is listening to you, and you don't have to worry about the rest of the band. So you can have the audience as part of your band. You know, you can getting really going with All My Life. It's a real rhythmic thing. So you get a good drum kit going with everybody clapping and stuff.
Yeah, I like that one video where you're on stage and you're like, that's not a drum kit. But yeah, that's really good. So how did you get started? I've read, you know, you're 16 years old, and it says on your MySpace that you started playing guitar 3 years ago by picking up chords and stuff. What influenced you to play the style of blues music that you play?
Yeah, it's a funny story, really. It's probably a similar story that if you ask any 40-year-old in the UK this question, they'll probably give you the same answer. You'd have to have someone over the age of 40, really, though, to get this answer, though, strangely, because my dad introduced me to Status Quo, and of course, they're just a three-chord band, aren't they? Huge, famous rock and roll band, they're just three chords. And then I started, you know, it kind of inspired me. I want to play guitar because I want to do that, and play an old beaten-up guitar and just get the hell out of it. And then I started playing guitar. Just sort of there's a guy who lives in my village who plays some slide guitar, and he started teaching me stuff like that. And I didn't realise it was sort of bluesy when he was teaching me. I didn't know what he was teaching me, and then he started saying, "Oh, this is Muddy Waters and John Lee Hooker," and then I started listening to all that, Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, and, you know, stuff like that. And you just can't stop getting deeper and deeper and deeper into things. You just keep discovering names and names and names, and I think that's just how it started. It's a never-ending quest. So that kind of inspires you to bring it all forward as well in a new and different way. Like the amplification of the diddly bow, just sticking a pickup in it and turning up the volume and distortion a little bit, and it's just bringing it that bit more forward. Yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. Just sort of searching deeper and deeper into the roots of it all. And it just kind of, there's just some amazing stories and things, and just interpreting the same story in a different way, really. And I think that's a great way of doing things.
I see on your thing that you're friends with Bob Log the Third.
Yeah, he's I actually I can't remember how I discovered him on YouTube somehow, and you know, he just really get up and go musically, and that's the kind of question I ask myself every time I write a song. Can I just get up and play this song? And you know, if I can, then that's a song to go in the books and record it and everything. And I think that's kind of how I got into him. You know, you just get up and go music. You can't not like Bob Log the Third, really. He's just the exact image of energy. So he's been kind of an inspiration towards things like that, because he just gets up and does his thing.
I love that story about him, about his monkey paw being sewn to his hand. The reason I brought that up is because, you know, he does the, you know, he's got on that pilot helmet with the old phone. Is that what influenced you to connect? I saw pictures from the first Cigar Box Guitar Festival held over there, and you know, you're showing off that phone, and in All My Life, you're singing into it. Is that what kind of inspired you to do that?
I can't exactly remember. I think it was. I honestly can't remember. There probably was something there. When I picked up a telephone and probably thought of Bob Log the Third, and then I thought, how can I do that for myself? And I've got quite a big collection of like First and Second World War memorabilia and stuff, and I had these old trench telephones, and I thought I was experimenting around with them, and I couldn't get the microphone in it to work, and I wondered why. Anyway, I started looking into how telephones worked and things. I mean, that's the main thing that inspires me, the way things work and stuff. But I started looking into how they work, and then I realised that things like the speaker in it is that you want to be singing through, because the microphone's active and things like that. So I just reversed the whole thing and started singing through the speaker, and it sounded amazing through these old trench telephones, really distorted and wild. So again, it's just this kind of you know, hearing something and bringing it forward a bit, just to turn up the volume a little bit more and turn up the gain, just finding the roots and then doing your own thing with it.
Oh, it adds so much to that song. That's like almost like I would say, consider my favorite part is when you go and you singing into that. It's like it just adds so much soul and feel.
Yeah.
There's something about lo-fi music that it kind of separates you from the everyday, and I mean, you get to learn an appreciation for it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would be like, oh, you know, that sounds like shit. But you know, when you look into it more, with it being so lo-fi, what it does for me is I look further into the artist and into the creativity and how the artist uses that lo-fi.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. And I've got records from, I've got like old Sonny Terry 78s and things, and I've got old J.B. Hutto records and things like that, and I've got records right up to modern Brit bands like Florence and the Machine and the King Kings, and it's just this whole simplicity lo-fi thing seems to be adopted more and more and just done in a completely different way. I mean, the thing with simplicity is you can keep adding to it all you want. If you write something complicated, then I don't feel as if it's going anywhere. But if you write something simple, then you can do everything with it.
Right, it's like a blank slate. Yeah.
Yeah.